Okay, let's talk about the timeless hairline design. And I'm going to tell you, this is a quick video on just overview what it is. We have a separate video on timeless hairline design you must watch. It's actually a step-by-step on actually how we create these hairlines. And you can tell immediately that that is the differentiator between Northwestern Hair and essentially anywhere else you're going to go, because this is what's taken our results from looking good from the day after surgery, from looking good multiple years down the road, and like always evolving with your natural portions of your face and always looking natural. So what is a timeless hairline design? Well, it's a process that we use to create hairlines and crown that are going to look good from all angles, like someone looking at the face, the side, the back, over time. We start by drawing out your future hair loss. And I can do that usually by feeling for thick hairs. I can do it by looking at how thick the hairs are visibly, and also just by texture. I can tell that my future recession line goes from here and it kind of follows this curve. Above that line is going to recede in the future. Everything below that line is not going to, and it's actually solid for transfer. That line is critical because it shows us what hairs can we use, what hairs should we count on possibly going away. Now, once we have that foundation marked out, we can actually start drawing the foundation, the new foundation, which we're going to lay on top of it, such that everything looks natural from all angles. Now, when I say, a lot of people say, why don't you just fill in everything? Well, we have to account for the idea that there's a supply-demand issue with your hairs. You may not have enough hairs for your entire future. We have to pick what areas we're going to want to cover in the future, and we want that to look natural. Most of the time, if someone's doing their hairline restoration and they don't have enough hairs, we'll tell them to leave the crown alone. Well, it's really important that the crown doesn't come too far forward, or that it creeps too far back in their scalp, that it looks good from all angles. So we'll draw those lines partly by walking around you and seeing where things would look best, but also with some measurements that we developed over time. Once we have that line, we now need to make the future now match the current. We have to make that hairline you want today. We have to make sure that the point at which that new hairline crosses the current hair you have, but also flows into the future where it's eventually going to be. And this is what I call the timeless hairline design. It's a process that could take an hour of time, and we could have a hairstylist helping us out, because if you comb your hair forwards, it's different than having comb your hairs backwards. It's a pretty intricate thing, and what leads to better results over time, knowing that the procedure is performed well after the design is made. So watch that video, please. It'll immediately tell you, what kind of hands you're in and why you should be choosing us to work with.